I've reached that stage in my forever world where I have many builds in my starter base area, but they aren't connected and the terrain is a mess. So today I want to transform my entire base and add all the things that make the world feel alive. This is going to be a really big project and something I've never really done before, so we gotta work on some ideas first. Let's make ourselves some signs, and then let's put up a temporary good old idea board so we can do some brainstorming. And the first thing we need for the big base transformation project is terraforming. Basically making sure this terrain doesn't look ugly. I also want to connect everything with paths and then some other smaller build elements. But before we throw ourselves into the big transformation project, we need to first do something else. When I started this world, I created this map of my base area, which was just the early beginnings when I made my starter house and my little resource grind area, and nothing else was here. So now I want to make a new map and map out the base area as it is right now. And now we have all of these maps of all of our builds. Now we just need to make some item frames and we need to find a spot where to put them because this space here is kind of full already. I mean, we could get rid of this painting and just put it up here. So now we have an updated version of our map so we can see the progress we made. And we're already over 200 days in this world, so it's a good time to make another map, especially because now the base is gonna get transformed beyond recognition. And when I went to the end cities, I got myself this really good efficiency 4 unbreaking shovels, so now we can actually terraform this entire base without any slow dirt digging. So we gotta get rid of some of these grass layers and cover up all the scary caves that are everywhere. And most importantly, make it look lovely and smooth and pretty. The most important thing to remember when you're changing up the terrain is that it doesn't have to be perfect, because it's basically just breaking and placing dirt blocks in a way that it looks nice on the eyes. And I always kept my plan in mind so that the terrain matches my vision for what I want to do with this area later, which is going to be really complicated. Now my poor shovel is almost broken, but it lasted long enough for me to transform all of this terrain. And if you're wondering why I made this really ugly dirt wall over here, that's because I want to try something new. I want to make some sort of a retaining wall and then have a staircase up to the house. So it's a much bigger platform up here and then a path going underneath it. I just don't know what to do with this enchanting gazebo. I might have to tear it out and put it somewhere else. But first let's test how this retaining wall is gonna work out. Let's craft a couple of tough variants, and I think I have an idea for this. So we could have the chisel tough bricks, then the normal tough bricks, and then have a 3-block gap and then do the same thing again, and then have some tough brick stairs going around like this. And behind it we gotta add something else. And I think I'm gonna try some deep slate. Yeah, I think that looks nice, but I think we gotta lower the whole thing 1 block downwards so we can have something nice up there and we don't have the weird strips of deep slate on the top. Okay, but now my shovel really is about to break. I'm just quickly gonna breed some cows. Easy XP. Oh no, I fell in the cow pen. This is so laggy. And now the shovel is looking a tiny bit better and I got another cow head. Moo. And I've made the staircase leading to the house 2 blocks wider. Then I started placing in the walls, but I still don't know what to do with this, so let's just ignore it for now and build up a nice, pretty retaining wall. Now that I've put all of them in there, it's starting to look really cool. It's gonna be so much fun to walk past this on a lovely path. And now we also gotta work on a pretty staircase leading up to my base. And I think some packed mud would fit my retaining wall pretty well. Ew, now it's raining. I hate this. Yeah, this definitely matches the tough and the deep slate. I just need to find another similar stair block because I do want to get some texturing in there. I don't just want to have one singular block. Let's maybe add some jungle wood. And I think it looks kind of similar. It is hard to tell in the pouring rain though. And while it rained, I've also added some tough blocks to the side of the staircase so there won't be any ugly dirt visible. Now comes the tragic part. We gotta get rid of this. I'm sorry, beautiful enchanting gazebo, but hopefully it won't be goodbye forever, because once we terraform this area we can get a good idea of where something like this could sit. And now it's all gone, but I'm gonna put all of the resources from it in this shulker box so I can basically just rebuild it. But now let's expand this retaining wall and hopefully the shovel is gonna last. Ah! And of course this just got creepy. He's here. Go away, Barkley. Go back to your house. Go away and let me build in peace. Ow. Poor Barkley. He just wants to hang out. Sorry, my dude. I gotta sleep. Yay! Bye, Barkley. Poor creaking. They will never see the sunrise. That is so sad, actually. Let's not think about that and keep building. Poor Barkley. Now we have the same amount of arches on each side of the stairs with a house entrance right in the middle. Now we just have this problem of this horrible mess over here. I think we just gotta mine this out again. Usually I'm a planner, so I have some sort of idea what I'm supposed to do. But for this entire thing, I've just been improvising. But even though I'm fully winging it, this is turning out really nice. Now we've got ourselves a beautiful retaining wall, and it's going around the corner on both of the sides. But I've grown kind of tired of all my tools constantly getting close to breaking, and I still need my axe and my shovel to mine out tons of blocks so I can decorate this entire landscape behind me. So we need to do something to get XP faster, because I'm not gonna use the zombie XP farm. It takes ages. So let's make an Enderman XP farm. We just need to get a whole bunch of building blocks and a whole bunch of leaves and tons of carpet. And then when I turn around, this guy's just there watching me through the window. Awkward! And then I crafted up some other technical redstone resources. And I also need tons of ender pearls, so I need to buy more from Bo. And a long grind later and I got myself 18 ender pearls, so let's grab this ender chest and let's go back to the end. Also, something really weird is going on. There's a wandering trader here, and then there's another one here. So there are two wandering traders at the same time. I'm scared. I think the entrance to the portal is somewhere over here, but the snow is making it so hard to see. Oh my gosh, I found it. It's just this tiny hole here. Wait, what is that? Hi, little bunny. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Hi, bunny. And back to the end we go. I'm not scared at all. The only scary part about building an Enderman farm is falling into the void or accidentally looking at an Enderman. But now that I have an elytra, I can just fly away from my problems, literally. To build this Enderman farm, I use a tutorial by Mortings, and I'll link it in the description if you want to build it yourself. The only hard part was getting an Endermite to spawn, but once I did it, the farm was basically done. And now look at all of these Endermen just waiting to be slain. And they're all a one-hit kill. Oh my gosh, this is so satisfying. Oh my gosh, and we're getting Enderman heads too. That is so good. But it also has a setup that when I don't want the Ender Pearls or the Enderman heads, I can just flick this lever and it will all be dispensed into the void. And then I spent a really long time in the Enderman farm, killing all of these Endermen until I had 69 levels. Nice. Okay, I've got 70 levels, now let's get out of here. This farm is gonna be so good for repairing my tools and also getting XP so we can enchant things. And now that we have so many levels, we can definitely enchant my diamond hoe and maybe even get some backup tools or better armor. I also got so many Enderman heads from this farm. Rah! That was the worst Enderman expression ever. But before we enchant anything, the most important thing we need is unbreaking. And I desperately need that on my elytra because it breaks so easily. So I have a little box up here in the village again. And this is where I put another villager. This is Rhea, and she's gonna be my unbreaking trader. Please, Rhea, give me something good. Unbreaking 1 for 17 emeralds? Forget it. I wish there was a way to just give the villager a stack of emeralds or a diamond and then it immediately goes to the trade you want. Because this is taking so long. I've been here for like 10 minutes. Please, Rhea, please. It's so annoying. Oh my gosh, finally. It's so expensive, I don't care. Let's lock the trade. Yay! We just need to get way more emeralds. I will be back. Ew, it's raining. Please, Daisy, give me many emeralds. Oh my gosh, she's so greedy. I have 30 emeralds, so we can at least afford one unbreaking book. Thank you, Rhea. I will be back in like 10 years when I get more emeralds. Let's put it on the elytra. And now let's do some enchanting. Wait, I just realized I removed my enchanting gazebo. I guess now's the time to rebuild it. It doesn't really fit on this side anymore, but I think it might fit right over here in this corner. At least I know exactly what I'm doing since I've already built this before. It is back and looking just as beautiful as it did before. And now let's enchant our diamond hoe. Unbreaking 3 and efficiency 4, but no silk touch. This is the worst. Go away, wandering trader. They love my enchanting gazebo. Let's just make another hoe and maybe we get luckier. Efficiency 4 again? Why? Let's make another one. Don't mind me wasting all my diamonds just because I want silk touch. Yes! Now we have 3 hoes and only 1 is useful. This is fine. Now we can use this to get infinite leaves just like that. No more breaking shears. And I've also been hoping to get a better sword because mine doesn't even have sharpness. Let's see if we get lucky. Knockback. Looting 3 and sharpness 4. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is perfect. Now we can combine them both together. Oh yeah, dude, look at this sword. Look at this. This is how we will slay. But I think we gotta slay another day because we still gotta transform this entire area. My to-do list is still full of things and we gotta do them all. But first we need a plan because I have no idea how to do this. So I took a screenshot of my base from high above and then started planning in whatever this painting program is. I wanted to plan out where I put paths and fields and lakes and custom trees. And in the end it looked like a really terrible child's painting. But it gave me a pretty good idea of what I need to do. Alright, painting session over, we gotta grind. I need to make a big path connecting all of these builds together. And for that we gotta use mud, because I used mud on the stairs, so now I want to use it everywhere. But we only own this much mud and nothing else, which is why I got choco boxes and elytra so I could fly to the mangrove swamp and easily pick it up. All of this grinding has just been so I could make mud paths. Not really though, but still. There is something so peaceful about flying into the sunset. And now it just got dark, I'm scared. And here's the mangrove swamp, let's dig in. I hope monsters don't spawn here, but also I don't care, let's just mine it all. Ah, there's a zombie here! Ah! No! Oh, wait, my new sword is so good. That was just like an easy kill. Anyway, back to satisfying mud breaking. It is so calming and I don't care if a creeper is behind me. Dude, there was something lurking. OP sword! Ha! I mined out this entire area and made a huge mess in the mangrove swamp. But it gave me a whole shulker box full of mud. So let's go and take that home. I think that's gonna last forever. Unless I die because I forgot there are trees above me. I'm so stupid. Okay, there's an opening. Bye, mangrove swamp. I will not die here. And since we're gonna convert that mud into packed mud and mud bricks, we're gonna need tons of wheat. So I'm just gonna pick it up from a nearby village. Then we also need some other blocks to go with my packed mud. So I went down to my mine shaft to grab all of the gravel down here. Okay, this is stupid, but let's see if I can fly back through the mines. And whee! Oh my gosh, it works! Yes! No, it stopped. It was good while it lasted. And we own tons of dirt, so we combine that with the gravel and then we get coarse dirt. So now let's work out how exactly we want to make this path. Of course, the primary blocks are going to be the packed mud and mud bricks. And because we don't have infinite wheat, we could just use the brown mushroom blocks in between. Because it basically looks like mud. It's like almost the same block. But of course, we want this path to be a little bit organic and overgrown, so we could get some coarse dirt in there. And to mix up the coarse dirt, we could also add some brown concrete powder, but I think that's a really good palette so far. First I need to figure out where exactly I want my path to go. So I'm gonna look at my child's drawing to figure it out. And now it is all dug out. So like a painting, we just need to fill it with color. Hopefully this won't look like a child's painting too. And just by placing the mud blocks, we now have a road connecting all of my builds together so we can walk everywhere and have the coziest time. Now we have a beautiful path leading to my house and all the other builds. Well, except this one, I haven't connected it to the path just yet because I want to put something special there later. But first let's finish the path we already have, because a path looks way better if we have grass and fern growing on it. That's why I love to have some coarse dirt on my path, because it's the perfect spot for greenery. This is beautiful. And now that everything is connected, we need to figure out what to put in between. You know, something like crops or flower fields. And let's start with these little spaces in front of my base. I think this space here should be a tiny little pond. That will be so adorable. This looks like a creeper explosion, but this is gonna be a cute pond. Eventually. Let's craft a bunch of stony slabs, and then we just add them inside and outside of the pond. This looks super messy, but once the water is in, it's gonna look good. And this guy's gonna get wet. Wandering traders are so weird. I think the only annoying part about this is that we got so many slabs and we gotta waterlog all of them. But with every bucket I place, this becomes more of a pond. Come on, trader, now you gotta take a bath. Oh, now you don't want to anymore? Well, I'm just gonna go and enjoy my pond all by myself then. Yay, swimming pool. Okay, that was weird. Now we can make this a little bit more overgrown by bone mealing the ground, and then we have tons of seagrass. And we can also add a couple lily pads here. I wish lily pads had a chance to come with a flower. That would be so cute. And I got a little bit carried away and added all of these greenery blocks, and they truly turned the pond into what I wanted it to be. We got small drip leaves inside and outside of the water. We have tall ferns and little pebbles, lanterns and moss carpet on top of blocks, and a random boat in the middle. I think this just needs one more thing. Someone who can swim in it. And no, I don't mean the wandering trader back there. You had your chance. Let's go and catch some fish in the river. I think there are only these big salmon spawning here though. Yay, my first time catching a fish. And I'm just gonna add 2 of them in there. And hopefully they won't go in the boat. Do not go in the boat. It's gonna be fine. They're gonna be happy. Be happy. Be happy in there. I made you a beautiful pond. They're pushing the boat. They're gonna cause chaos in my pretty pond. They just broke something. They're breaking my lily pads. I guess the boat has to go. Now be happy, fish. Be happy. Or else. That guy's going in too. Dude. No. No. Now they went invisible, so I don't see them swimming. What a creepy little trader. Now we have one pretty pond, and I'm thinking we need to go bigger. Because down here I was thinking to have another pond or lake going all around this area. And maybe have like a bridge across it so we can go to the portal. Let's do it. And to separate my lake or pond from the rest of the landscape, I made a big stony wall around it. And then all that was left to do was dig out the pond and then flood it with water. Now we have this big lake and a very decorated shore. But we need to make something so we can get to the other side, and I have no idea how to make a good bridge. Let's do what we've been doing this entire time. Let's wing it! Pool party! What I know is that I want to make it out of spruce wood, so let's just make a bunch of slabs. And now I'm just gonna figure something out. How about a shape like this, just going up a little bit and then going down the other side. And then maybe some tough pillars on the sides to support the bridge. And to make it safer, some stairs and then trapdoors and then some fences on top so we don't fall off. And this is the finished bridge. It's just like a very simple kind of bridge, but I think it looks cool and it gets the job done, which is getting me to the other side, to the nether. I'm not going there, I'm scared. And now this looks so good. And my shovel is almost broken again. But we still have 30 levels, so we could just try and make another one. Because even though we have the Enderman XP farm, I always have to waste so many rockets to get there. And we don't have a creeper farm yet. It's just gonna be farm after farm to make my life easier. Please give me something good. Fortune. No. Let's just take it anyway. Okay, it's really good even though it's fortune. I don't care that it's fortune anymore. Pro Minecraft. And I've been doing some thinking and added some signs with ideas in other building locations. And I think we should do this one next because this one is going to be cool. Because I don't just want to have random decor, I want this to connect to my builds. So here we have the barn dog barn, which is where poor iron golems sacrifice their lives so I get iron rich and I also get poppies. So how about we make a tribute to the iron golems and let's make a poppy field here. And maybe also an iron golem statue. So I always feel really guilty when I walk past. Let's first make a little platform and then the golem can sit on top of it. Me just building this under the creepy stare of the owl. Dude, why is it so scary in the dark? Let's see who's gonna be bigger, the owl or the golem. I'm so glad that we have palewood now because it makes building a golem statue way easier. So here we have Iron Man, Minecraft edition. He looks really cool already, but I think we just gotta add some more detailing. Because I gave him this outstretched hand so I could put a little flower pot and a poppy inside, like he's holding it. And iron golems are overgrown with vines, so we could put some on him. Perfect, the overgrown iron golem monument. Now we just need to make a giant field of poppies. Let's do another stone wall to mark off the area where the flower field is gonna be. And now we got this nice stone wall, and what I like to do is break a couple of these blocks and replace them with the stone bricks so we have a little bit of variation. And now we bring in the poppies. I hope I'm actually gonna have enough. Every single poppy represents a dead golem. That's so sad. And I'm just gonna spam them everywhere and then make it pretty later. I was worried I wouldn't have enough, but I still have so many stacks. And they're literally everywhere, but I think we need to switch it up a little bit and just add a couple tall roses in there. Next to the roses, I also added tall ferns and small ferns, and I think it looks beautiful now. Now the iron golems have a garden. You know, there are burned souls living on the poppies for all eternity. Why did I have to make this creepy now? Look at how cool this area is looking now. I'm just so excited that we're making so many cool things. Next, I want to work on this little spot over here, and I want to make something useful, so I decided to make an herb garden. We don't really have herbs in the game, so I want to use it for bone mealing glowberries maybe, or getting tall flowers. So my base isn't just pretty fields, but also functional things. And of course it started raining again. Why, Minecraft? We've got this oversized table over here, and this is where we're gonna grow the glowberries. And we got 2 of those now, one for the glowberries and the other one for those pale roots kind of thingies. I still can't remember the name of new update blocks. And we also have this wall here where I put glow lichen so we could bone meal it and shear it. And we could also grow normal vines on there. And we also need to go and find the 2 other tall flowers because for some reason I only have those 2. But we have a flower forest right here and I can already see both of them. Okay, perfect. Easiest adventure ever. And now let's add both of them here too, and we can bone meal them whenever we need them and don't need to search for them in my base. I also didn't know what to put in this spot, so I added some herb garden aesthetics. And this is me trying to do the fancy Latin names of plants. It's so bad. It's so bad. But it looks pretty as long as you don't read the sign from up close. Now I need to do a little resource grinding break because I'm out of anything. Literally anything. Except dirt. I have tons of dirt. Like for real, I have so much dirt. But we also have lots of flowers, and I think now it's time to make another flower field. This has been the longest project I've ever worked on, not just because it's a big grind to build it, but I also had one of the worst things happen because first my headphones broke, and when I got new ones my microphone broke, and I didn't notice until I was editing this video, and it was an absolute nightmare. But after screaming and crying a lot, I sat down to fix it and it took a whole day, but now it all works again, I hope. Now we have this beautiful wildflower field that we can walk through, and then right below it we have a wheat field. It still has to grow, but once it does it's gonna look much better. Right now it's just a green mess. And I also made a little water well right here, and it's also an infinite water source and we can take as much water as we want. I just accidentally flooded my area. No! Now all the wheat has to grow again. Anyway, moving on from that, look at this view. Ignore the shulker boxes, but look at this view. Imagine opening your door in the morning and just seeing all of this. And I want to have a reason to sit down and look at all of this, so I'm gonna try and make a little seat, like a swing kind of thing, where I can look over my base. Let's attach some chains to this, and then we need to somehow get under it and place the trapdoors. And this is the swing. Oh, I fell. Anyway, we can sit here and we can watch our beautiful world. And look, my glowberry farm is working too. We're getting the berries without having to use any bone meal. I also want to add a cute little thing in the flower field. I want to add a bird bath, and it's going to be a kind of big bird bath, but I think it's gonna still look cool. Yay! I didn't flood my flower field. And we have a bird bath. Or a nice foot bath. Ew, gross. I think now we did almost everything on the to-do list. We did terraforming, paths, crop fields, lake, and then some detailing. Oh, but there's still this. Trees. And I don't want to just plant trees. That doesn't fit this decorated area anymore. I want to create trees. Building my own fancy trees with branches and tons of detailing is so intimidating. It's way scarier than facing the warden. But I'm not scared, so I'm gonna do it. Not the warden, the custom trees. And where all of these markers are, I want to make custom trees. And I've been thinking what kind of trees could fit this area, and I think I want to do some custom birch trees. I feel like that could look really cool. So we gotta collect tons of birch leaves and tons of birch wood. And I filled both of my shulker boxes with lots of building materials and lots of leaves. And now it is custom tree time. I decided to start simple and just build tiny little birch trees next to my crop fields. And they were actually pretty easy to build, and they add so much to my area. This little scenery here of the little pond and the tree is just so good. And this too. But we're not done yet. I need to add way more trees, and this time I need to go bigger. But first, I need to go deeper because I need way more diorite. Hello, scary caves, and hello, beautiful diorite. Hey, so hopefully I won't look at an Enderman like last time I went into this cave. I mean, if I die to an Enderman again, I can just slay hundreds of them as revenge in the Enderman farm. Now, less sinister talk and more custom tree building because we got 2 sacks of diorite. Let's put another tree next to the iron farm barn. This time the trees aren't going to be made out of walls, but full blocks instead. And we're gonna have tons of these bigger trees behind my flower and wheat field as a nice backdrop view. And lastly, one of those trees next to my starter house. Okay, but how about now we go even bigger? Well, after I gathered more resources because I'm out of leaves. So I just built 2 enormous birch trees right next to my house. And now I can definitely say building custom trees is hard. I mean, they do look kinda cool, right? And it's even cooler to sit under the swing now because there are those big trees behind me and a beautiful landscape in front of me. Wait, let's try and get Barkley to sit on the swing with me. Yay, look at this! We can watch this beautiful base together. Ow! No! Don't look at me like that. Come on, look at this beautiful view. Barkley, why? Ow! Okay. Cozy time is over. I'm going to bed. I see you in the window. Ugh, I see an Enderman, but it can't see me because I'm behind a window. I hope that Enderman didn't just steal my blocks. Oh, it's still there. Oh no! So many monsters spawn because now this place is no longer spawn-proof because I removed all the torches. So how about we make some custom lantern designs with these waxed copper bulbs? But I only have 2 of them and no more blaze rods. So we can make 2 lanterns. Yay. Okay, that Enderman just took one of my blocks. I'm going to destroy it. What? It just left? Come back, let me fight you. I don't want to fight you. Go away. I mean, wherever that Enderman is right now, I'm sure he's having the worst time ever in the pouring rain. And let's add some hanging plants to this, and it's perfect. You're ruining it, you evil pillagers! Go away! No, they will trample all my crops. This is the worst! And now we have 2 beautiful lampposts lighting up the way. And until I get the courage to go to the nether and get more blaze rods, I'm just gonna be spamming lanterns alongside this path. And now we've basically done everything on our to-do list except one thing. And that's gonna be a really cool one. So I left this space here because I want to map out my area once more. And now this is gonna be looking so cool. Oh my gosh, look at this. It's nighttime, I'm scared. Now it really looks like somebody is living here. And I have another plan for this, and I'm not really sure how to do this. Basically, there's a thing that when you make banners, you can name them and then somehow get them to show up on the map. I have no idea what I'm doing. I got 4 banners and gave them the names of the 4 builds we have in this world. Let's hide the home banner in my home, and I think we need to click on it. Yay! It works! It says home now. Dude, that is so cool. Let's hide this down here. And mark it. Fallen tree portal. And this can go on the wall of the mining outpost. And we got the last one in the barn dog barn. So now this looks incredibly cool. We have everything labeled. This has been the biggest grind ever, but now our base is completely transformed. Everything between our builds is decorated and connected by a path. I tried so many new things today, and it's been so much fun. I hope you have enjoyed this episode. I'll see you next time. Bye!